What is going on, everybody? Your boy Rio today. We're gonna be doing some special, you know me, buddy Steven. Today we will be replacing my front struts. Well, not replacing, we're gonna be removing the front struts to put my coilovers on. So, this is what you guys are gonna need. Jack stands are optional, you could just use a jack, but we're just gonna put the car up on jack stands. You guys are gonna need a 14mm wrench, a 17mm wrench, ratchet of your choice. You're gonna need a 12mm socket, 14mm socket, 17mm socket, and a 19. We also got a hammer and this little, what is this? I don't know what it's called. Punch, I guess it's a punch. We're gonna call it a punch. That's what I use it for. And some crescent wrenches. Alright. And there's that. Check out my sick camberware. Buy your boy some tires, everyone. Your boy needs some tires. What I'm gonna do now is take off all the brake lines. So go ahead and show them. You're gonna need to take off these two bolts. There's two bolts on here. I'm missing one, so don't worry about it. And then these two brake lighting bolts. And those are the 12mm. Alright, got a 12mm. Oops, alright. So
that was his mistake.
That was my mistake, everyone. I'm sorry. Now we're gonna need to grab our 12mm. Hopefully I don't fuck up again and look stupid in front of y'all. Take off this front. Pretty simple. And then there's one behind there. It's at a funky angle, but we'll be able to get it. There's that.
Hey, your canard's holding my arm up.
Don't rest your fucking hands on my canards. Shit fragile. And there's the other brake line. Just remember, if this is your first time doing it, remember how the brake line was routed. And there's our brake line. Let's just set it off to the side. Right there. Alright, so now
see what I mean?
We can go ahead and start removing the lower shock bolts. Actually, to make this easier, we're just gonna remove the top part of this right here. We're just gonna take off the shock fork, or the fork off the shock itself, because this will make it a lot easier. That is just the 14mm. So grab the 14mm, and this one's a little bit of a fighter. All right, let's drop that. And there it is. Came out of there. Alright, next is the 17mm. Actually, I'm not going to use this flexible one. It keeps moving around on me. There's a 17mm wrench.
Alright, this is the fun part.
And what you're going to do is you're going to crack this bolt loose first right here.
Oh, grab it under there.
So this bolt right here, just gonna go ahead and crack that loose. And once you crack that loose, you're gonna need to put your 17mm wrench on this side of the other opposite side of it, and you're gonna have to hold this nut in place.
And
there's a nut you guys are gonna be holding in place while you're gonna be loosening up that one. So we got the nut off. Now what you're going to need to do is grab your hammer.
Grab your hammer.
And you're going to hit this. So there's that bolt you're going to be hitting through. Grab your hammer. And at this point, what you guys can do is you could go ahead and pull it out. But me personally, this is my little punch tool I was telling you about. What I do, I stick it right in there, and it's the same diameter, and then I just hit it through.
And one minute.
No. go to the other side. You just hit it all the way through.
There it is. And it just pops right out.
There's that. Alright, and now you guys could attempt to wiggle the fork out. You just want it to sit down. There's the fork. And you guys can go ahead and remove it if you want. Well, I'm gonna, to make it easier. What am I stuck on? There it is. And there's that.
There's the fork.
And now, we're gonna go up top, remove two 14mm bolts, and it's just gonna drop out. These two 14mm bolts right here. And it's no problem, it's just crack them loose. Don't forget, you guys, that once you take these two off, the whole assembly will drop down. So if you have a friend, you could have them hold it in place for you. Or you could just stick one hand underneath, hold it up, and then just loosen it. Alright, there's one nut. There's a second. And now, if we go down here, all you do is just pull it straight down. Alright, you kind of have to fiddle with it. Let's go out this way.
Sometimes it becomes a little jerk. But yeah, there it is.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have our shock assembly. If you're if you still have the stock spring on here, get a spring compressor. Don't take it off. Not a spring compressor in any way. I don't advise it. This, I'm just gonna remove it by hand. It's a 14mm here, and you have to find the crescent wrench that I'm using. It's gonna go right here while I loosen this. There's not much pressure on this, but the stock springs have a lot of pressure underneath. And that's it for now.